Hello everyone and welcome to episode 15 of the Memphis Grizzlies MyGM. And in today's episode, we will be taking on the Chicago Bulls at our home arena. But to get right into it, we have a press conference. We were asked the fans weren't feeling too confident about our win streak and how do we feel about this, and we responded with, we have to go out there and prove them wrong. Our fan interest is currently at 100%, so I don't know what that reporter is talking about. We also have a trade to announce. Norman Powell from the Suns heads to Oklahoma for Andre Robinson and a 2024 second-round pick. While down in the G League, Niko Dabanovic hyperextended his right knee and will be out for 1 to 2 weeks. He has played about 3 games for us this season and is currently trying to develop his game in the G League. We have also revamped our training schedule so that the players could develop a bit more quickly. Guys like Wes Kirkland and Niko Dabanovic are 2 guys that really need to hit the gym every day if they want to become a starter in this league. Not only those 2 guys, but Triple J as well, who is an up-and-coming star in this league, who is shooting one of the highest field goal percentages in the league we have ever seen so far. In our second year of our MyGM, we will be upgrading our facilities. We currently have a 5.9 rating out of 10, and we definitely need to increase this. We're going to start by upgrading the seats that we have to padded seats, and that cost us about $450,000. Then we upgraded the parking level to level 3, and we may return to upgrade it to level 4, but we're going to see how much money we have left over. This cost us $2.59 million, basically $2.6 million. And then moving on to the merchandise in the store, we're going to upgrade that to level 4. Level 5 cost us $661,000, and I see no issue as to why we shouldn't upgrade. Turning our attention to the concession side of things, we basically have everything: nachos, coffees, burgers, soda, pizza, and ice cream. So that is going to max out our concession revenue to its fullest potential, depending on the fan attendance for that specific game. With green initiatives being a focal point of newer stadiums, we're going to upgrade our own facilities with electric carts, recycling centers, charging stations, and solar panels. These are a bit more expensive, but will bring down our operating costs to where we want it to be. Not only does this help bring down our arena operation costs, but it also increases our facility rating. Currently, we are at a 6.8 out of 10 right now, and we're going to keep on adding upgrades as we have a medical facility in our arena now. One of the best features I think we've added to the arena so far are personal outlets. You can charge your phone, charge anything you want right there while watching the game from your seat. Although this costs $307,000, it is going to help increase our attendance. We're winding down our facility upgrades, and we're going to upgrade the seats to luxury seats now. And we're also going to upgrade to bigger seats so that the fans feel more comfortable in where they are sitting for that game. But now let's get into the game at hand, where the Memphis Grizzlies are home against the Chicago Bulls in their newly upgraded facility and arena. The Bulls have gone out to a decent start this season, holding a 9-5 record, and that puts them in playoff contention if the season were to end today. The Bulls are led by Zach Lavine and Chris Middleton, who they picked up in the offseason last year from the Milwaukee Bucks. While on the other hand, the Memphis Grizzlies are currently 12-3 and are led by Michael Conley and Marc Gasol. The Memphis Grizzlies are doing all they can to prevent Michael Conley from suffering another season-ending injury, but injuries are always an unpredictable thing to account for in the NBA or in any sports. Now let's take a look at the lineups for the Chicago Bulls. Chris Dunn, Zach Lavine, Chris Middleton, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter Jr. are your 5 for the Chicago Bulls. While we have on the Grizzlies side, Michael Conley, Seth Curry, Jay Crowder, Triple J, and Marc Gasol. Should be a good showdown here in Memphis, Tennessee between the Grizzlies and the Bulls. 2 teams looking for a victory to stay atop of their respective conferences. The ref in the middle of the court with the jump ball, and coming away with it is Wendell Carter Jr. Chris Dunn is your point guard like I mentioned earlier. He kicks it out to Zach Lavine, gets a double pick but decides to pull up for a 3-pointer, and that one is cash money for Zach Lavine. Down the other end, Michael Conley, off-ball screen for Jay Crowder, pulling up for a 3 to respond and make that 3-5. Jay Crowder with the early 3-pointer in the game. The Grizzlies on a fast break attempt decides to slow it down. Seth Curry at the wing, guarded by Zach Lavine. Marcus Gasol looking for a post-up opportunity, but Triple J sets a pick for Seth Curry. Backing down Lavine is Triple J. Post spin over Wendell Carter Jr., and that one rolls around the rim and falls eventually. Grizzlies on fast break. Seth Curry, three-pointer in transition, and that one hits the back of the rim and is good for another 3 points for the Memphis Grizzlies, making the score 10-14 with about 7:20 left in the first quarter. Markkanen at the top of the key, guarded by Triple J, loses the ball, picked up by Chris Dunn. They're trying to get into the offense now. Jay Crowder leaving Chris Middleton wide open in the corner, and they respond with a three-pointer of themselves. A bad defensive possession by the Memphis Grizzlies, but a good one here as Seth Curry steals the pass, and down the other way he goes with a green release layup, and that is 2 points for Seth Curry and the Memphis Grizzlies. The reserves are starting to come into the game. Marshawn Brooks guarding Chris Dunn. Trier, corner three ball, and that one bounces around the rim and finally falls through, making the game 19-21. 3:50 remaining in the first quarter, and that is Alonzo Trier again, getting that easy two-pointer to go, and the Memphis Grizzlies have to call a timeout. Marco Bellinelli passes to Jakob Poeltl. JaMychal Green looking to post up. Bellinelli coming off a screen, wide open three-pointer, and that one is through the bottom of the net. 25-24, the Chicago Bulls are up. Marshawn Brooks now coming off a screen off of Jakob Poeltl. He gets his three-pointer attempt to bounce off the glass and fall through. Grizzlies with the ball again. Jakob Poeltl sets a pick for Marshawn Brooks. Brooks then passes down low now to JaMychal Green for a nice one-handed dunk. And that is the end of the first quarter, where the score is 32-25. Not a bad start for either teams, putting up over 20-plus points in that first quarter. Denzel Valentine off the glass and through the bottom of the net, he gets that mid-range to go. Bulls, fast break opportunity, pushing down the court is Zach Lavine, gives the pass to Alonzo Trier, and he slams it down with two hands. 8:30 remaining in the second quarter. Bulls pushing the tempo again. Alonzo Trier, one-handed dunk this time, and that is going to cut the lead down to 1 point. The Bulls will eventually take the lead, making the game 35-34 now. Michael Conley, top of the three-pointer. Marcus Gasol now gets a pass from Michael Conley, and they're looking to post up Triple J. Triple J trying to go on work on Lauri Markkanen, and he does. Nice little post spin, get that shot off the glass and through the bottom of the net. Grizzlies with the ball again. They're going to try and work this one down low with Marcus Gasol, guarded by the smaller Wendell Carter Jr. Marcus Gasol backing down Carter, puts up a tough hook shot, and that one goes through the bottom of the net, giving the Grizzlies the lead right back. Chris Dunn to the rim, gets blocked by Marcus Gasol, and the Grizzlies are on a fast break opportunity. Seth Curry, corner, Triple J, and that one falls through the bottom of the net. 42-39. Grizzlies on defense and Bulls on offense. Middleton to Carter Jr. Back to Middleton, guarded by Jay Crowder. Middleton trying to find something to work here. Chris Dunn to the rim, over Michael Conley, and that layup is good for 2 points. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the first half, and we have a score of 44-42. Marcus Gasol in the post again, backing down Costa Koufis, post spin, tough layup attempt, and he gets that one to go, extending the lead to 4 points. But the Bulls are on a fast break opportunity, and that is Alonzo Trier again. Tough layup over Seth Curry, and count that for 2 points for the Chicago Bulls. Bulls offense once more again. Jabari Parker at the top of the key. Zach Lavine coming off a couple of screens, receives the ball at the top of the key now, guarded by Seth Curry. Curry playing good defense on Lavine. Costa Koufis sets a pick on Lavine. Lavine, top of the key, three-pointer, and that one is good. 53-49, and we have about 12 seconds remaining in the first half. Chris Dunn, Jabari Parker backing down Jay Crowder, trying to find a shot. 5 seconds remaining. To the rim, Jabari Parker goes, and that is off the glass for 2 points, ending out the first half, where the score is now 55-51. Not a bad showing from either team. They are shooting the ball pretty well, playing good defense, and doing everything they can to pull away, but it is not happening. The Bulls have a 4-point lead by halftime, and they are currently shooting 47% with 21 rebounds, 14 assists, and 6 steals. The Grizzlies find themselves down at home, but still have the opportunity to win this game, only being down by 4 points. Second half action is set to start, and if the game continues to trend like this should be a good ending at the end of this game. Score all tied up now with about 2 minutes off the clock in the third quarter. Mid-range, pull up Marc Gasol. That is money for Marc Gasol whenever you leave him open, and the Bulls have the ball on offense now. They're getting good contributions from Alonzo Trier, who is a guy that I did not expect to take over this game. Marketing, top of the key. That one is stolen by Triple J, and the Grizzlies are on a fast break opportunity. Marc Gasol running the fast break point. Seth Curry, wing 3, and that one is good, and that one is down for 3. Chris Dunn running the offense, getting the offense set up. Pick set by Wendell Carter. Chris Dunn to the rim, step back, pump fake again. Finally decides to take the shot, and that one is through the bottom of the rim. Seth Curry brings the ball up court now with a 59-62 score in Memphis, Tennessee. Michael Conley, three-pointer. That one is money for Michael Conley. A good way to respond there for Michael Conley, but the Bulls are back on offense. Markkanen kicks a pass to the corner to Chris Middleton, now to Wendell Carter Jr., who takes a heavily contested mid-range jump shot, and he gets that one to fall. Jump ball on the Chicago Bulls side. Marco Bellinelli and Zach Lavine will perform the jump ball, and the Bulls ultimately win it, and they get it down low to Wendell Carter Jr., who is going to just trim this lead a little bit more. Neither side can pull away, but the Bulls are trying everything that they do to do that as they get a pass down low to Kosta Koufos, who throws it down with one hand. Bulls on offense again, but that pass is stolen by JaMychal Green, and he is pushing it down court. Three-pointer, wide open, Bellinelli, and that one is good. 69-75 is the score. Marshawn Brooks in the corner of the court now. Gives a pass to Jakob Poeltl, coming off the screen of a Jakob Poeltl. Chandler Parsons, that one is good and off the glass, and the Memphis Grizzlies are slightly pulling away here now. They just have to keep scoring points and playing good defense. Lavine backing down Bellinelli. In the corner, Denzel Valentine gets a pick from Kosta Koufos. Valentine, nice little hook shot, and that one is good for 2 points. Just a 6-point game right now. 73-82 with less than 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bellinelli guarding Zach Lavine. Lavine to the rim, trying to find a shot, and he definitely does that here over the poor defender in Marco Bellinelli. Bulls with the ball again. Game 75-82 now. Denzel Valentine at the wing gives a pass to Chris Middleton, who is looking pretty tired on the court, but they throw a oop up to Jabari Parker, and he throws it down over JaMychal Green. An unexpected alley-oop, and that is definitely going to get the momentum heading into the fourth quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, the score is 84-79, where the game is still up for anyone taking. Final quarter of play here in Memphis, Tennessee. JaMychal Green backing down Chris Dunn. Should be an easy matchup for JaMychal Green. Post spin, and that one is through. 2 points for JaMychal Green there. Grizzlies pulling away a bit, but they get it down low to Lauri Markkanen. Chris Dunn, Marshawn Brooks jumping for no reason. Chris Dunn then decides to pull that contested mid-range, and he is saying that he got fouled on the play, but the score is now 88-81. Brooks bringing the ball up court. Grizzlies trying to get in their offense. Brooks kicks a pass to Chandler Parsons in the corner, and that one is 3, and that one is green for Chandler Parsons. 10-point lead for the Memphis Grizzlies now, and the starters are back in the game. Jay Crowder cut it to the rim, throws it down with one hand over Jabari Parker, and these starters are going to try and pull away with this game here in the fourth quarter. Jabari Parker now trying to work on Jay Crowder, and he definitely does that there as he gets that tough layup to fall. Grizzlies needed a timeout after that play. On offense, Grizzlies off a screen. Seth Curry takes a quick three-pointer, misses the 3, but it is tipped up and in by Triple J. Good awareness, good box out position, and a good way to finish that bucket there. Seth on the drive, kick out, Triple J, corner 3, and count that for a 3 for Triple J. Memphis is going crazy right now. 87-103. The Grizzlies are up and they have pulled away with this game. Jabari Parker to the rim. Nice layup attempt, and he gets that layup to go. He is doing all he can to try and bring the Chicago Bulls back into this game. Jay Crowder in transition, top of the key, top of the three. Jay Crowder, that one is good for 3 points. Grizzlies on offense again. The starters are still in the game with about 3 minutes remaining. Jay Crowder off another screen. Wide open three-pointer, Jay Crowder. And count that one, ref, as the Chicago Bulls need another timeout. 90-113. The reserves are in for the Memphis Grizzlies, and this game is looking like a done deal. Off a screen, Marco Bellinelli add another three-pointer to the Memphis Grizzlies total. The Bulls still have a minute to play in the game. Wide open, the Bulls rookie Cohen hits a wide open three-pointer over Javon Carter. Grizzlies on offense for what could be the last offensive possession for them. Jakob Poeltl throws it down with 2 hands off a Luke Babbitt three-pointer miss, and that is going to end things here in Memphis, Tennessee, with the final score being 123-93. A great victory from the Memphis Grizzlies, but kudos to the Chicago Bulls. Those guys played hard, especially in the fourth quarter, as they was trying to do their best to just hold on and weather the storm, but it was just a little too much for them as the Memphis Grizzlies walk away with a plus 20-point victory. Anyone who was watching this game or at the game was not expecting such a dominant quarter from the Memphis Grizzlies, as the Chicago Bulls proved that they can hang with them throughout those 3 quarters. Something just clicked in that fourth quarter for the Memphis Grizzlies, and they improved their record to a 13-3 record, while the Chicago Bulls fall to 9-6. One person we should have expected a lot more contribution is Lauri Markkanen. He finished the game with no points at all, and you do not want that out of your sophomore player. A couple key things to the Grizzly wins were three-pointers and turnovers. The Grizzlies made 6 more three-pointers than the Chicago Bulls, and they had 3 fewer turnovers than the Bulls as well. And at the end of the game, Marc Gasol was very happy with the organization and the team, and he just wanted to let us know. After we have played the game, we are now looking at the NBA All-Star voting for 2020. Basically the same guys as last year, so nothing really changed there. Now let's take a look at the injury report. Not much has changed over the last 10 games, just a couple minor injury, and these guys should be back to their team as quickly as possible. The NBA is a tough 82-game season, but with the best medical staff around the world, these players are in good hands. Niko Dabanovic did return from his injury fully healthy. Now let's take a look at the 10-game recap for the Memphis Grizzlies. In the 10 games we played, we finished 8-2, taking an L against the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Atlanta Hawks. Both losses were within 3 points, but that improves our record to a 15-5 record and keeps us at the top at the Western Conference standings. Now let's take a look at the pricing graph. We didn't really play a lot of home games in this 10-game stretch, but the games that we did play at home, we sold them out, and we did a pretty good job on the revenue and the profit. Looking at the top 25 jersey sales, still pretty much the same guys as last time, nothing really changed there. Now let's focus our attention on the conference standings, where the Grizzlies lead the way with a 15-5 record. Surprisingly, the Oklahoma City Thunder have an 11-10 record, and I'm pretty sure that's going to change over the course of the season. But at the bottom of the standing, we have the 7-14 Phoenix Suns. At the top of the Eastern Conference standing now, we have the Boston Celtics with a 19-4 record. The Miami Heat are currently 10-12 and hold that last playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. We're still very early into the season, so anything can happen. Now let's take a look at some of the statistical leaders around the league. James Harden leads the way with points. Karl Anthony Towns with about 15 rebounds per game. Next closest is Rudy Gobert with about 13. Assists, 10.8 for Chris Paul, 9.4 for Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, in about his 4th year, is averaging close to a double-double. You could probably round it off for a double-double. Steals per game, that one is led by Chris Paul as well with about 2.7. And to end off this video, we're gonna look at our player statistics, and you can see how our guys have done. But the video is coming to an end. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.